What's up, everybody? FAPcast number 15.
Lucky number 15.
Lucky number 15.
I hear in some countries.
I don't know.
Yeah, Josh Bushing here with Nate Bushing.
What's up, guys?
Ryan McDowell.
Yo.
Chris King.
Hello, America.
Yeah.
And other surrounding countries like Canada.
So
and
breaking news. We're being bought out
We are?
by Facebook for like $1.13.
Oh, yeah.
How much is that?
And a third Facebook share.
Yeah.
That is
We're set.
Right?
We're set for life.
Set for life.
I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to our audio listeners. We can no longer do this for free. We've hit the big leagues now.
Yeah.
I apologize that we are cashing out
Yes.
our 1/3 Facebook share.
We're punching that X.
$1.13.
So every 5 seconds, just love the ad. Click like.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes.
All right, we got some good topics. I think I'll bring it in with PlayStation.
Yes.
PlayStation decides that they're going to double down and go VR with Morpheus.
Project Morpheus.
Project Morpheus.
Yes.
This news is buzzing about this thing.
I don't know, man. It's Sony. I mean, either you take the blue pill or you get the red pill shoved up your
Insert, like, red pill.
Wait, you said pill, not suppository.
It works just as good.
Anyway.
All right, so what are you guys' thoughts on this? Do we think it's an
So
Oculus?
it's okay.
Okay,
So
go.
for those that don't know,
Yeah.
It's the thing that makes you look like Daft Punk. All right.
It
That's all
does.
you need
It
to know.
really does look like that.
it's
but
another VR visor.
It is another VR visor.
Okay, we don't want to pay the royalties on that one.
Wow.
It's cool now. We got Facebook money. We can do whatever
We
we
can
want.
do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. Like Zuckerberg.
So Sony's PS Morpheus here
Yes.
is a single screen headset.
Single screen. Not like Oculus, which is two.
Not like Oculus.
Okay.
Well, actually, we don't know yet. Their first model was a single screen. I don't
Their
know
first
what they
public model. They say they've been working on it for a couple of years now.
A couple of years.
So I'm sure first version was one of those like kinetoscopes where they just held it spun around in front of your face.
From what I've seen, it doesn't
attached
use.
to a virtual boy.
I'm sorry. I'm killing this.
You are
I'm sorry.
Captain Tangent over here.
You have taken my title today.
From what I've seen, it doesn't use convergence for your
Right.
eyes. So yeah,
Okay.
it just looks like a big TV.
Yeah,
I
big
guess
giant.
Do you know? Do
70-inch.
they do like the shutter thing with the eyes to get?
No,
I don't know.
you mean for built-in 3D?
Like how the glasses work for the TVs. Like they do the shutter. Like
Active
they
shutter.
turn your eyes on and off. Like the
No.
glasses on and off.
No, because there's no convergence, so they can't. They can't do that. But who knows? They may switch and go more a split. So the right eye can't see what the left eye sees, or whatever. Or they go with a.
I thought you were about to quote Muhammad Ali there for a second.
Mr. Tangent himself.
No, you were saying about you can't hit what the face can't see or whatever.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
You got me on that one.
So yeah, so it's single screen currently.
Single screen.
It is 70 degree of field of view or 90 degree field of view. One of those two.
Whichever, but apparently it's pretty prevalent that you can see the black borders.
Right, you
It
can see
looks
the
like you're
sides.
sitting in a movie theater is
Right,
what it sounds
right.
like.
Oh, okay.
Versus Oculus is I think like 108 degree, so
Yeah,
you kind of lose it off to the sides. But
They said you like have to really strain, really strain to see the edges.
you have to be actively looking for the
That
edge.
makes
Mr.
it
Bottom
still.
dude.
I was gonna say I think that's the face of this podcast right there. Rusty
go down that
Fishhook,
rabbit.
Ryan McDowell.
Right. And you can see out the bottom. Like there's
Yeah, you can see
there's
the bottom.
light.
That's the weird thing is apparently it's
Really?
not fully enclosed. Like you can see out.
Oh, that's
which
Which
maybe-
for some people might
might
be good
work.
because some people with the Oculus were complaining that how can I see to type? If I'm using it for like Valkyrie, Eve Valkyrie, they were like, how am I gonna know where all my buttons are unless my hands are on it all the time? Like the thrust is what they were talking about. Like if you're like flight stick and you're doing this number and you need to hit the eject button and it's like one of the multi buttons on your thrust.
Yeah.
God damn it, Chris! You fucking
Sorry.
backing up every time I say the thrust stick.
I'm just like, if I'm gonna get this thing, I'm worried about the thrust stick too, but I don't need to see it to make sure I'm using it right.
Is this why?
Meanwhile, on the go-round,
I was gonna say this is what VR is. This is what Sony's getting into as well.
So who knows here? But they have said that at some generation, not now, but at some generation, this is going to be working for the PlayStation.
Yeah, so it's weird. It sounds like Sony isn't going for like full immersion like Oculus is.
Yeah.
That they're just going for a VR headset that you can wear that isn't the greatest VR headset, but allows you to play games and still see what you're doing.
So they're going for cashing in? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? We're going for cashing in on that?
Do they want to get bought by Facebook as well?
Maybe.
I don't know.
300 billion?
But,
what are they worth?
I don't.
There's gonna be so that you're seeing these jokes arise. There's gonna be another short.
We should post that first.
In about a week after you see this, there will be a short about the.
We're too lazy for that. Come on.
Too lazy. Come on. It will be about a week after, and you'll see this short where we talk about the news for Oculus and Facebook. So we'll try and keep that out of this.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see kind of where they go with it. The thing I don't understand is kind of something I'm curious that Oculus might do. Is there exists eye tracking technology of all kinds. So if your complaint is, I need to see the keyboard, or I need to be able to see some button I have to push, why would the button not be in your field of view? And you look at it to push it, or like you do something.
Because you'd accidentally go, oh, I'm ejected, no!
Maybe it requires a rethinking of interfaces.
On it so it sees where you're at, and then it overlays your keyboard over.
Yeah, or even that, like a
there's something
transparent display or something
that feels good about like a tactile. You pushed a button. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As opposed to if everything is UI. Okay, could you imagine flying a ship like that? Like a Eve Valkyrie. And using Kinect controls.
Nope. I can't even get my Kinect to do the
wax on
where you touch things and pull away. Yeah,
you can do it if you like tune it and it like recognizes
I tuned
you.
it. It does not like my arms. I don't know what it is.
I can sit there and I can make it go to whatever I want,
massive.
But so that it's not just like tapping on any one thing. You have to like hold it there for like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, like, if you think about it, your cell phone is outside of you can set it to vibrate. There's no
tactile. You're not
no
hitting
tactile
buttons.
feeling. You're pushing a general area of the screen. So
yeah,
and I guess it's a little different because you can
sensor
see
or
it.
whatever. But yeah,
but yeah, like your screen isn't curved in any way to indicate where your fingers are on the keyboard.
So maybe a plus here on I don't know. I know that the interesting thing I thought about this is that it sort of it works with PS Move, right? So your nunchucks and your what we joked around as go full retard with the the different colored ball controllers and whatnot, but this sort of legitimizes that.
Yeah,
they now become. And you spilled your drink. You're so excited.
He must be full.
There was nothing.
But yeah, like with Oculus, you got to get like little motion controllers.
Right.
Like it does your head tracking for you. It does your nod. But you have to get like what is it? The Atlas for the suit to know whether you're standing or crouching or twisting or whatever.
Yeah.
And then for like any kind of guns, you need like more peripherals to do that. Versus PS Move. It's already in there.
It can see you.
I also heard it can. I don't think the Oculus can do the full 180 turnaround. I think the what is it, Morpheus? Yeah, Morpheus can actually do that.
You definitely can do full. Because there's a demo that I've seen of somebody using it in iRacing.
Yes.
And the guy is like in a cockpit of a Indy car, and he there's a webcam showing him, and there's a his view is over on the main screen.
And he completely turned around.
Oh, he fully spins around, he spins his chair around. He's getting wrapped up in cords, but it spins all the way around. So, you got me on that.
Yeah, I would assume.
I mean the head tracking.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. He goes like this, and it goes past even 180 degrees, and then he spun his chair, and it went around.
Oh.
So
I don't know.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of where Sony ends up going with this, if they actually push it to market, or if it's just kind of something they're developing that may or may not ever see market. And it's going to be interesting to see. Microsoft announced, I think they were probably asked, and were kind of like, well, we're kind of working on something, but we don't have anything to show anybody.
It was super vague. They're like, we're working on VR, but that could mean anything.
Yeah.
That could mean they're working, to find a partner. That could mean they're working on their own. That could,
Right.
who
Very
knows?
vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like we had to say something as opposed to, nope, VR. What's that?
That was like when Ken Levine came out with the Vita, and he was like, "We're looking at doing stuff with this," and then nothing ever happened. And he's like, "This is cool. Look at this device. It's pretty awesome.
I got
Look
a
at this
prop.
beautiful thing. Yeah, I got a
Beautiful.
prop here. Yeah, and nothing happened. Nothing.
Yeah,
It's linked to the Go realm.
Get something going, man. That's all that really matters.
That's it.
So yeah, we'll just see what comes of that. But I don't know. I think really it's going to have to come a long way to be able to compete with Oculus. What Oculus can do, assuming
Well, yeah, we'll leave
Oculus
that.
remains to be
Okay.
Oculus.
So are you excited about it? I guess is the real big question.
For me, no, and it's more because
Well, it requires
it's a Sony.
for all of us. It requires a PlayStation buy-in.
Yep.
Unless they go PC as well.
And I'm not a big Move fan. I mean, I could see that it could legitimize the whole, like, I'm wielding a sword if you're holding that thing and you have the VR and you see your hand with the VR because it has that.
Well, I mean,
So, man,
think
that-
about there was the Star Wars Kinect game, right? That was super awesome to watch demoed. I bet that's even better when you've got a VR headset on.
Jesus.
Are you riding solo?
Oh no, Twilight Slave Girl.
I'm gonna say the Microsoft branded like grab here attachments on my ass prevent me from getting concerned about anything Sony really does. There's nothing to do about
I guess the only thing about it is I'm a little excited to see that they may come out with ideas that Oculus then tries
Competition.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the
It
best
never,
part.
it never hurts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
to. And if Oculus falls through, there's always Project
always-
Morpheus.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess if you think
the
about
red
it, the initial Windows Connect was actually a Microsoft Xbox Connect.
Yeah.
Yes.
That they reverse engineered to work with PC. So assuming they don't do some kind of goofy proprietary peripheral attachment, which I think even the original Connect, was it USB or was it something? It was USB, wasn't it?
USB.
Project Natal or whatever it was
Yeah,
called back
Natal
then.
or whatever. Then,
But
that's
the
moved.
Windows one came later.
Yeah, they did
did
release a
come later.
Windows one.
Yeah.
So maybe there at
Natal
least is
was
some
Connect.
hope with.
Yeah, it was Connect. Yeah.
Was it? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um,
the Windows one came
so,
later.
yeah,
so,
at
and
least
you're saying,
at least there's hope that if Sony does decide to do it, that there may be a PC version at least. That
I think it will because there's so much more demand on the PC side than there is on a console side
and the,
for
and
it.
the, and the PC has a much easier time, meeting the minimum specs to actually perform.
to
Yes,
run
that's what I
two
was-
1080 screens
I was
at
gonna
once.
say that's the other thing. Like PlayStation 4, it's a power machine, but it's not. It's not it's already dated at this point.
Both of them.
Right.
Very,
They're both-
actually several years old.
They're both
technology
like
at this
3 or
point.
4 year old computers at this point. So we'll see.
All right. Well, I was talking about games and what they used to run on. What about game engines? Game engines. Nate, you wanna fill us in on the game engines?
Well, yeah, I proposed a topic, and I think it's only fair to say, we've hit 2014. So
That is fair to say.
That is very
we're fair to say we've hit 2014.
Okay.
We can't teleport. We don't have
Can't
have
teleport.
Hoverboards.
hoverboards. Any of
Can't
that
find
sweet
a jet.
Well, of course, I mean there was a video of a hoverboard, but it was a fraud. So
Yes.
Snopes it.
We're gonna
Snopes it.
we're gonna remember that forever.
Looking at you. You were the professor. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, game engines. I feel like we've seen a lot of studio closings in the last few years for mid-tier developers, and you would think as things are getting more, they get more complex, but we should be making tools that make things easier.
Right.
I feel like that where we are at this point, do you think that game engines could be made so that you want to say less than a
Degreed.
I was going to say
Game developer.
game developer, somebody who's specialized and focused so much in software development could actually program or
I mean,
We're starting
Let me
to get there.
throw
think so?
this out there. What if colleges started instead of coding in say like Java or net, whatever .net or C++.
Yep.
What if they started coding in what's the Unreal Engine called? Unity or whatever.
Unity's a different engine, I think.
So the Unreal.
Like if they
what if they start saying, hey, run a program and learn how to game program in
But that lends
this.
itself more to what he was saying.
Yeah.
If you're a game developer, that's what you learn. You learn the Unreal script. You learn the Cry engine has its own scripting that it does, and then there's the the whole video card optimization stuff. Which cards or which chipset it works with.
Right. It's no secret that Ryan and Chris and I are software developers. So
Right.
we work.
You guys are software developers?
Yeah.
Oh, totally a secret to me.
That's totally a secret. But so. And we all know that the businessman would love to replace us with like autonomous machines if they could, because IT's the sunk cost. But
Yeah.
like, do you think that it's possible that, even though we're getting more complex, is there a way to simplify?
I think it has to, right? And I think it has already started taking some of those steps. And I say that because
Indie development?
No, because the modding community is starting to get a little ridiculous with what they're able to do.
A little.
Yeah.
Were you in Skyrim lately?
I just mean it, like seriously, in the last 5 years, what the modding community, like think back 15 years.
Yeah.
What the modding community was able to do, they were able to put in like, a new vehicle.
A texture pack or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were able
Change his face to look like this guy from this character. Oh, yeah. I can kind of see
They could
it.
change
Although he
skins.
looks like a watermelon.
Quake. All those horrible Quake mods.
Yes.
Yeah, right,
They
exactly.
were awesome.
So that really was not modding the same way that like Skyrim mods or Fallout mods.
They're a lot more complex.
Right, they're crazy. And maybe it's just the Bethesda model, the more I think about it. Maybe it is just the Bethesda engine that
Lends itself because
look at all the mods that are out for those games.
Yeah,
a lot.
Even Oblivion had a crap load of mods to it.
Oh, yeah.
And Steam Workshop makes that really easy to use too. That's the beauty of it. You can just apply your mods and you don't have to go search out, and so that it encourages it. I think the community
huge.
is growing.
There's if you had Skyrim on PC, you can basically just play a whole new game that was not even there before. Like there's whole new storylines that go through, and they're all voice acted, and it's crazy. So I think it's starting to go that direction. At least Bethesda is starting to realize that if they do this with their own model, I don't know that they're really leasing that out to anybody else.
No,
but I think with the Unreals, the Unities, and the Crytek's, they're starting to figure out that, hey, if we do this is much more marketable. You don't need, these ace level dev guys to do this. I mean, you still want those.
Yeah.
But to generate content, you can start pulling from an easier
marketing
people
and that.
And if you think about it, you finished?
Yeah. Go for it.
I don't want to cut you off. If you think about it, a lot of the hard work when it comes to game programming is actually like the graphics engine.
Yeah.
Because there's physics to deal with, there's lighting to deal with, there's all this.
It's
other
all these
stuff. So
modules that have to work
You have
together.
to handle object A hits object B at this angle and goes here, and they deform in
Hit
this way,
detection
and all this stuff. So if all that is pre-done, that's a good chunk of your development out of the way. So now you're working on story, you're working on making the engine do what you want it to do. So these distillations down to just 3 engines, basically, or I guess 4 engines. So Bethesda, Unity, Crytek, and Unreal.
Yeah, those are the big.
Is, if anything, is going to get even smaller.
Yeah.
You're going to have 1 or 2 become, Unreal is going to become the top.
Frostbite,
game
I guess,
engine.
would be another one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Frostbite. And back in the day, id's...
IdTech.
Their engine was apparently really easy to use because you got freaking so many clones of Quake.
Quake 3. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Jedi, Outcast used that, and there was a bunch of games around that time.
I think they realized that, to become the dominant one, they've got to make it easier.
The only thing, the only argument I have against that it's getting easier is that software companies, like gaming companies, are spending so much money on games
because the fidelity is going way up, the poly count's going way up.
So is it really just the graphics that is the hard part to use?
Not being a game developer,
right?
you're just going to be left with my opinions of what I see from.
But that's what
dev
we always
diaries.
do.
But like looking at dev diaries and looking at what the news reports are, stuff that I'm following, is that there is so much time in the graphical details of what's going on.
Right. Yeah, you're working on trees this week. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 3D models of every character in your game that needs to be rendered and how they move and all that stuff. So yeah, right now the engine.
Some of that was handled by the engine, though.
Some of it is handled by the engine, but you still have to have somebody that tells the engine what to do.
Yeah.
So, and you have to account for if the engine does something weird.
Like when Unreal 3 came out and every dude was looking the same. Like everybody looked like Gears of War.
And you have to set up your physics entirely, right? Like it doesn't just use Earth physics for everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can have, anti-gravity. You can have, whatever. Yeah. So, it's kind of interesting. Like one that makes me think that it is getting easier is a look at Star Citizen.
Yes.
Right? So they have this thing. I don't know if it's apparently so easy or there's just so many people interested in this. There's almost like 500,000 people signed up for the beta, or I guess the alpha actually at this point. That they actually have a show called The Next Great Starship where people that are signed up for the alpha are using the game modding tools and they're creating weapons and ships and whatnot, and they look really good. They look like almost like what the studio would have made. Yeah. They're not quite as high fidelity. You can tell that whoever's making the skins, it's not quite as good. But the show's not over yet either. But these are
it's
really
a competition, isn't it? Like
it is a competition.
The winner gets their ship in the game or something along those lines.
And they get some ridiculous like $5,000 PC or something like that. Yeah. But that sort of stuff is interesting, and I kind of wonder, are we going to start seeing more of that where you can use the community to start making content for it?
It's a good point. Shouldn't be any reason not to. That's interesting. I mean, it kind of gets people into wanting to play the game. If you see a game and you say, you know what, I like the way this game plays, but it would be awesome if I could use Family Guy characters, or if I could change the layouts entirely to be something different and play it the way I want to play it. Why not?
They're saying, specifically for Star Citizen, they're saying once it is fully released, within a year of its release, they're talking about doing releasing the modding tools and whatnot, and putting out there basically how to make your own ships and import all this stuff to make it work and allow you to run your own servers if that's what you want to do.
Right.
You still have to, I'm assuming, license it if you're actually going to sell it.
I was going to say, does that count as the engine? Like, would that fall under the licensing, maybe?
I don't know. And I have to assume that it would, whatever those licensing contracts are, that it would follow the same thing. But I would predict that very quickly after that, you see a Star Wars version of, using the Star Citizen.
Yeah, I mean, like anybody that's ever written fan fiction would be totally all over putting together their own friggin' univerce to play these games in.
Right. Yeah. Let's totally play Babylon 5. Here you go. Whatever.
Exactly. Well, speaking of licensing, have you seen that was it Crytek and Unreal put out new pricing for their licensing? I believe right now, if you were to buy a license, it's like $250 or several $100,000 to buy a license for a game.
Lord.
They're changing their model to be more subscription based, where, and I'm probably going to screw this up, I believe Crytek is, I think it's $10 per user per month, and then a 5% of gross sales of the game, like initial sales of the game. Unreal, and Alexa, maybe I've got it backwards. Unreal was doing $15 or $20 per user per month flat rate.
So no upfront.
So no. This is no upfront. This is you pay based on how well the game sells.
Gotcha.
But God, per month.
That's expensive.
And I don't know if it's per month for you to develop, or per month that your game is out, or some defined time period.
There's got to be some sort of cutoff time.
Yeah,
I would think
no way anybody would sign a deal like that.
Because man, you look at that, and I mean, a game would have to sell like World of Warcraft for that to work, And
like I said, it may be some sort of duration where they say, it took you 6 months to develop this game, so for the next 6 months, once you release the game, here's how you're going to be paying us per month based on the number of people that
Maybe
buy
that's
the
why
game
everybody's
in that 6
closing.
months.
Could be.
Seriously, if it's the licensing,
Who does the Havoc engine?
Is that Ubisoft?
Might be.
I don't know.
Is it Ubisoft?
Maybe.
Totally random.
We can look it
Does
up.
anybody besides Bink do video?
I know.
have
How
you
many
seen any game
years?
that doesn't use
Seriously,
video?
use
Oh my
that damn
gosh.
bank video for cutscenes. Like started in like '95
Right, they've
or
been
whatever.
around since like the
Yeah.
90s doing video.
Those guys are the experts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember offhand any game that wasn't like use
Bink.
Bink video
I'm
engine.
like,
well,
don't even throw it on there. It's like a given. I know. When
let
I
me know
open
if
up
it's
that
different.
cutscene, yeah.
Or like I'm just gonna
Let
assume
me
you're
know if
using,
it's different.
I'm just gonna assume you're using Bink. If you're not using Bink, let me know.
Like when the credits start rolling after you beat a game, and you're like, yeah, and Bink video, blah blah blah.
You big.
Right. You know the credits are totally over when it says Bink at the end.
Right.
There. So.
Havoc engine developed by the.
This is great.
Havoc is its own
Havoc
company.
is its own company.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So maybe there's more than we anticipated. But anyway, I don't know.
And they're Irish, so maybe
I really hope that we do get to a point where the engines are
Easier to use.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that we start getting more
Creativity.
content and maybe DLC starts becoming sort of free because it's you don't do the studio DLC, you do
Everybody else
You-
is.
you know that-
if that one's.
this guy's
Or
call sign or
maybe
whatever.
the game itself is only $15, and then you pay as you go for DLCs.
Oh, you think the big companies will probably charge those?
Charge less.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Josh.
I can dream.
Yeah, maybe they'll charge us less, Josh.
And have your best interest in mind.
Right.
All right.
They'll be totally ethical too.
Price drops are right around the corner, Josh. You just hold on for him.
Hold your breath.
Hold your breath.
Start now.
Oh God, I'm dying. Wishful thinking. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really my.
What they say about wishing and pooping.
What?
Yeah, I know. One hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other hand.
Yeah, got it. Let me know how that works out for you.
Yeah.
One's filling up quicker.
I was gonna ask who actually did that to see whether that worked. Somebody had
some sort of
tested.
field test where they're like, all right, I'm going to wish in this.
Scientific method.
I know.
Results are conclusive.
My God, it does fill up quicker. They were right.
I don't know. They probably got a large grant for it.
The theses.
Oh.
Good lord.
Oh my God, the puns.
Yes.
Yes.
Pun.
Pun. All right. Well.
You're fired.
I
Out of
know.
a cannon.
Really? You were just
I don't know.
All right. So what else we got?
Yeah. What do you got?
crowdsourced labor.
That's exactly right where we were at.
I know.
So
Go ahead, Mr. Star Citizen.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, the crowdsourced labor. We're already starting to see it, right?
I feel like the internet has brought everybody together to do work without even knowing they're doing work.
Well, maybe they enjoy it
Yeah.
and they don't
Problem
deem
is
it as
that-
work.
Think about how much you hate work.
Yes. And then
Now
they
the
make you
internet
do
is
it.
making you do it.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, I'm going to half-ass the internet. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No. They fucking tricked us somewhere along the
Yeah.
ways.
Why were we so happy about
It was the
this?
carrot.
It's
on the
because
stick.
it's games.
Yeah,
Carrot on the stick is game.
games, but then
terrible.
like the Malaysian, airlines, they've got all these people looking at satellite photos. They got like Courtney Love on there being like, "Is this oil? I don't know what this is?" Question mark. And then that's not really. That's a good
Highlight
voice for
the-
Courtney Love.
This may be a seagull pattern.
Yeah.
It
There
may
needs to
also
be-
be a bunch of flaming debris and dead bodies.
There needs to be like a division between, crowdsourcing game modding is okay. Because, you can't really, you screw up the game crashes, you try again. Like, crowdsourcing any kind of major event, how have we not learned our lesson after,
Maybe
like,
we just
after
restrict
this,
it to
where-
celebrities. So, like John Madden,
Yeah.
it's like if you look over here in the Indian Ocean, and you circle this, and then what if the jet, did a Z pattern over here, and then
So you've got... So
That's gonna result in a splashdown.
you want to keep the plane in the air if you want to be a successful pilot.
That's the best way to reach your destination.
That's
is
the
keep
best way to.
playing the air.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Turn on that transponder.
This is Captain Obvious. Please be seated. Enjoy your flight.
You'll notice I've turned on the seatbelt sign. This is to keep you in your seats and buckled in.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. You're a lifesaver.
But yeah, so the Malaysian airline things, you've got Courtney Love throwing in her 2 cents.
Yes. God knows celebrities know
She hasn't-
more than us.
She hasn't been on anything in forever. But
You know what would have been ridiculously embarrassing?
if she was right,
Yes.
Yes.
If they were like,
No.
if they were like, oh my god.
I looked at that picture and I was like, it looks like a fuselage. That's all I gotta say.
like you know, in history books, in fucking like the year 2080, they're like, back in 2014 there was a plane that was lost, and it was like this Bermuda Triangle whole thing. Courtney Love actually found it.
but you got then
Everybody wants to be a hero, right?
right, and then the Boston
Probably.
bombing when that happened,
Yeah.
you had like Reddit
Yep.
doing their thing.
Like doing the
Yes.
Totally identified the completely wrong people, like singled people out and
yeah.
slapped their name all across the internet as being the guys that did it when they weren't really the guys that did it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, it's okay in some situations, but you got to be real careful trusting the internet to do anything.
Yes. Well, we
They've done pretty good with Wikipedia. I'm just saying. Valuable source for everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Honestly, I use it probably more than I
Yeah.
should.
You know, Snopes is a trusted advisor. I'm just gonna say.
I just
Second
use
Snopes
the
reference.
Yes.
I use the Google. I'm feeling lucky. What does this do?
Yep, that's it.
Tell me, internet. First result.
Ooh.
Yeah, why not? Yahoo Answers knows all.
Yahoo Answers.
As good as college education.
I skipped college and just went to Yahoo Answers.
So I've got a scalpel in my eye. What should I go to the doctor? No, you're fine. You're fine.
Just yank it out.
Just yank it out. You'll be fine.
Couple of
Yahoo told me.
ibuprofen,
So-
some water, and you'll be fine.
So I just realized that we're about 3.5 miles off topic. All right.
Splashdown. Goon!
Yeah, so crowdsourcing things on the internet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's pretty decent stuff. So you got gaming.
I think it works.
Mods go well,
got,
right? When all
right.
these teams get put together for
When people get
crowdsourcing.
passionate about it.
Yeah.
When people really enjoy what they're doing, and what they're doing is helpful, is
Yeah.
not such a bad thing. Because you had early on you had the SETI at home, where people not really using their computers would let it search for signals.
Would use some
PlayStation.
cycles.
There's also
and-
there's a folding.
That was at
Folding at
PlayStation.
home. There's a
PlayStation had the
PlayStation
app
had that,
for
and
the
then-
Gene.
I don't remember exactly what that. I think it's another spare CPU cycle kind of thing.
Well, the folding was, I think, for calculating the gene.
The genome?
Yeah.
Before we unlocked it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think it was involved in that.
And then Bitcoin mining spam bots.
Yes.
And they got those now.
Hey,
Crowd.
although you don't even need a person
I am
for that
huge in Bitcoins. No,
Get that
So yeah, I mean, I guess
Got
there's
them
a,
Dogecoins.
Dogecoins. God,
Yes,
I hate
Doge.
Doge. Worst meme ever.
Much crowdsource. Wow.
So yeah, so not a
Much
bad idea.
derailed.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea on
Very
some.
off
on some-
topic.
God damn. It just keeps going.
So wow.
So wow.
It
You
is.
just keep getting interrupted, don't you?
It is. It
All right,
is.
go for it.
Go
Go
ahead,
for
Chris.
it.
I'm
You
sorry.
got this.
So I mean, so yes, it does have its uses and can be put to good use. I'm a little concerned that in terms of the internet in general, it a lot of times will be put to bad uses. But I guess even with Wikipedia, you have people that will edit it to make sure things kind of stay in line. So if somebody comes in and is like, I'm going to make it say, Abraham Lincoln went into the future and had sex with your mom.
It was a vampire hunter.
And was a vampire hunter. Wait a minute.
Clearly true.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Wikipedia told me so.
Somebody can come in and go, look, all right, Abraham Lincoln didn't have sex with your mom when he came into the future, right? He had sex with my mom. Clearly. So yeah, like I said, there's some reservation because it is the internet in general, and you open yourself up to a lot of trolling and people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yes.
I think it works.
Instant subject matter experts.
Yeah, I think it only works with like financial organizations or whatever, like a Kickstarter. Like instead of labor, you're actually throwing cash.
You're throwing
at something.
cash and then letting the subject matter
I
experts.
thought you were
actually-
like, hey, internet, do my taxes.
No, that's crowdfunding versus
TurboTax did
crowdsourcing.
my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. crowdsourcing versus crowdfunding.
Yeah, I think crowdfunding tends to use the mob better.
The point was to get them to do work.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to end up getting that for, hey, our company needs one-off software that does this. People don't just want to do work for work's sake.
No, unless they're going to get something out of it, right?
Or if it's personal enjoyment, like the modding, we can see that. Or if somebody thinks they're really contributing to something.
Like, what's that one thing that's like Fiverr? Like, do everything for $5.
Yes.
And that's like...
there's that. There's...
I mean, they half-ass it, but there's like, so many of them that they do, so they do enough just to make money.
Yeah.
And then that's their paycheck or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. There are several websites like that where you can go in and do small, programming projects or small development projects, and they'll tell you up front, this is the rate we expect to pay you. Mm-hmm. You can bid, and we'll take less. So if you totally like to do that job for under $1,
yeah, because the Indians will undercut you
with that,
like mad.
50 cent Indians.
Yes,
scalping bastards.
Wrong.
Wrong Indians.
Whoa. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm just kidding.
We're gonna have to cut to the color bars on that one.
Yeah. So Ryan's no longer with us.
We're back.
No, I
The
totally.
end of the podcast. To the crying Indian with the trash.
I thought we were friends.
Wow. Wayne's World 2.
Oh yes.
It's cool. We'll clean it up.
We'll clean it up.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Okay, so I think we've sort of beat to death the crowdsourcing.
Yes. Josh, save us from this horrible topic.
Save it. All right. So, Marvel has gotten more gumption to do
Marvelous?
more. Yes.
Hey.
Nice. Simply amazing.
Put that on my list. Marvel is marvelous. 9-inch Nate.
I like it.
So yes, marvelous. They're coming up with more, I would say niche comics.
Not so mainstream.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're really just...
We're in Gen 4 of
We're in their
their
vault.
movie master plan of taking over the cinema.
So what I'm referring to is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And the new movie that's coming out here soon.
Before announced as movie, very few people knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was.
I have to admit,
had
not
no
a clue.
idea.
No, he probably did.
I'm sure
I was
you
aware
did.
of what Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
is.
Okay.
But same
was
with
all-
Watchmen.
All I
You know
heard
what?
was, I'm like, is that the one with the raccoon in it? Was you got the a rocket pack? The raccoon rocket. That's all I knew about it.
And
So besides his stupid
Moose.
riff, Chris, why don't you
girlfriend.
lead us in with this?
So, yeah,
tell me about this.
Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be kind of interesting because if you think back on what Marvel did with the Avengers, there were several films leading up to the Avengers. So there was Captain America, there was Thor, there was...
I liked Captain
I did
America.
too.
It was okay.
You guys are messed up. Anyway,
Chris
continue.
Evans'
I'll
tiny
go
head
ahead.
on a tiny body.
That was okay. That was
yeah, that might have
horrible.
been
The
a little
photoshopping.
But yeah, so they had several films kind of, and they threw in Iron Man and kind of had them leading to the Avengers.
Mostly
Bam,
good.
they had the Avengers.
Mostly good.
films, and the Avengers was awesome. This
And
time
then it was Captain America.
Continue.
Continue.
Captain America happened, I guess.
Captain America 2 heard good things.
I have heard good things. Okay, so anyway.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Guardians of the Galaxy, no
Build-up.
Now that I've heard, no build up whatsoever. Outside of the initial trailer,
But people will trust it.
There's been very little, here are the people in the film. We kind of gave, Rocket Raccoon his own movie. So you're kind of like, okay, well, was it Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and the other people like him.
Is Vin Diesel in it?
Bullwinkle?
Did I hear that?
Bullwinkle?
Did I hear that
Rocky
right?
Raccoon?
I don't
That
know
Vin
that
Diesel's in it? Or no, is it The Rock? Is The Rock going to
Dwayne
be in
Johnson?
Guardians? Yeah, in Guardians of the Galaxy. For some reason I thought he was going to be in it.
Jaimin Hansu's in it. In the trailer.
I don't
who I'm
think
thinking
so.
of.
Dwayne Johnson has Hercules coming up.
Well, yeah, he did that already, though.
I don't know. But anyway, so the point is, no build-up, no real backstory for any of these characters, and you're just going to throw the movie out and be like...
And we sort of
yeah.
slammed Batman versus Superman
for this.
Yeah, no build-up. So, I mean, is there a legitimate concern? Do you expect to see some kind of, mini episodes on the internet that are getting to know this
interesting.
character, getting to know this character?
I bet the marketing will do that. But it all depends on the delivery, though. Star Wars didn't need that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Star Trek didn't need getting to know Ensign Sulu.
Yeah.
You know, oh my.
Oh, hello. Getting to know me.
Right. So it's all in the delivery. You know, Avengers, the way they did Avengers couldn't have happened if they didn't do all the other... They couldn't have just jumped right into the action. There would have had to been some build-up, and there would have been, criticized for some slow parts, and maybe that same thing will happen here. You know, we need to know them.
Do you think that they might use the TV show to work something in?
Because that one's doing good.
Shield?
The Agents
Yeah.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Is it doing good? Is it?
Does anybody
watch it?
Yeah.
Agents
Nope.
of Fail?
And of anybody who would watch it, I would expect you.
No, I don't watch it.
Because you're the biggest
Yeah, I don't.
comic book guy here. That's surprising.
I expressed my frustrations with that one last go round.
Yeah.
Heroes and that show have I don't watch superhero movies or TV shows anymore.
It ruined it for you.
Yeah,
Kinda
like I
did.
kind of wonder if Marvel is just kind of at this point banking on, we've done so well up to this point. We're going to throw this movie out here. We're not going to give you a whole lot of backstory. Maybe we'll give you a little bit of backstory. Trust us, it's a good movie, and people will go see it. I mean,
I'm
honestly,
definitely going to see it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
gonna go see
say...
it.
I can say Marvel hasn't really disappointed me yet. I mean,
That's true.
Captain America was a little bit of a slouch, you know.
I think
it was
the first Wolverine movie was
only really lackeys
kinda
liked
good.
it.
Yeah.
So
And only shit-nasty.
Yeah, honestly, okay, so it was probably the weakest of those movies, but it was still it was a
Right.
decent movie.
yeah, I'll
That's
give
what
you
I
that.
mean.
Yeah,
it was
I'll
the
give you that.
weakest
I
of
think
those, for
I think
sure.
having not paid for it was good. For
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I watched that on Netflix. So
Captain America.
yeah,
You
but
didn't pay for it then.
right. Well, I guess I did.
You paid a fraction of a.
Oh, it's
$10.
fractions of
it's like
pennies.
half of a penny of a.
Rounded it up.
it felt free.
Yeah, that's.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you watch it in your boxers too?
I
Did you feel
For
free?
added free?
Yes.
It
Now
felt
with more free.
Balling.
Real man of freedom.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They haven't really disappointed yet.
It's true.
Versus DC has tripped up more than just a couple of times. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I take that back. Marvel has tripped.
What?
Oh my God, Spider-Man.
What?
The third one?
No, well, see,
The
that was
third
that
one
was
was-
Sony.
Which one?
Yeah.
The newest?
Sony owns the
Toby.
rights.
Oh, Toby.
Sony
Oh, wait.
owns Sony owns the rights.
First
to-
Spider-Man was good.
Right.
Second
Second
was
Spider-Man
really
was really
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
Third,
The issue with the third Spider-Man is Sony told Raimi, "You
you
will
must
do it
put
this
Venom.
way.
Yep.
You have to put Venom in." And Raimi was like, "I don't want Venom in this movie. I want
Same.
the characters I like." And they're like, "But the people come to us and they say." You put the Venom in the movie.
It's the third movie.
It's the third movie.
And Sam Raimi's
You do
like,
it or you get the gas.
Sam Raimi's like, all right, look, I'm going to put Venom in the movie. I'm going to give him the lamest death ever. Enjoy, fuckers.
So I put him in the middle of a wind chime.
Yeah.
And that was it. Basically, spoilers.
Spoiler
Enjoy.
alert.
Yeah.
Venom dies.
Oh, and Tobey Maguire dancing.
Oh,
So,
my
but their
God.
reboot for that, fucking good.
Was it? I still haven't seen that.
I-
You
Yeah,
guys
Andrew Garfield
really
one?
should. Yes. With
Yes, but I worry about that second movie.
I don't. I have
worry
faith.
about
I have, like, the trailers, I'm still kind of okay. It's-
Hi, I'm Harry Osborn. Hi, for the people listening at home, I have my face covered with emo hair. Seriously, I saw that. I'm like, who is this? Who is that actor? I don't even know
And,
who that
and
actor
Superman,
is.
they've kind of blundered Superman a couple of times. DC anyway.
Yeah.
So Marvel-
Return.
Yeah.
Superman Returns not a.
Not necessarily my fave.
But Marvel has
Still
shown
good.
that they can swing a bat
Right.
here.
They kind of have a decent track record
Man of
for
Steel was
movies you're going to like.
Yeah.
So I think Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be an okay bet. The other question I have is with the next Avengers, the Age of Ultron Avengers, with and I haven't seen Dark World yet, Thor: The Dark World yet.
I have
but
not.
Thor: The
I'm not
Dark
either.
World
Neither.
and Captain America: Winter Soldier both come out between now and then. Are these two movies going to be kind of independent enough, or are they actually? Is it kind of
Thor
like,
already out, right?
But they're
already
not in
it's
the
out.
they're not in the same universe, really, are they?
Yeah, it's all the same. Marvel is all the same universe outside of Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, so Spider-Man kind of stays over here under Sony.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then
They want that
I'm
back
not
so
sure,
bad,
I'm
I'm
not sure
sure.
exactly what properties Disney owns as far as Marvel goes, but it sounds like X-Men.
Yes.
X-Men is Fox,
Yep.
and so Spider-Man, X-Men, and then Avengers, and most of the Marvel universe kind of falls into
Everything else that
I-
Disney owns.
Paramount or Disney or whoever the hell owns it now. But I'm curious as to if these two movies act as bridges between Avengers 1 and Avengers Age of Ultron. Like, I'm sure they'll kind of have, like, little pushes, but is it like, if I don't see the Dark World and I don't see
Are you going
Winter
to be missing
Soldier,
something?
am I going to go into Avengers 2 and be like, what the hell happened in between?
Right.
Man, I don't know, because Marvel does that, don't they? They do reference a
really
lot.
have to pull from all their movies.
Yes.
But that was part of the whole reason why Avengers itself worked.
Because
you had this buildup of character development, and then you knew going in who the characters were, and you didn't have to waste a lot of time.
But I mean,
with that.
even from Captain America, they were referencing things in Thor.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? So it was like, it wasn't even the joined story yet. And Iron Man was referencing things from Captain America.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was sort of before. It was sort of precluding that, hey, this is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because didn't he like prop up his super collider with Captain America's shield?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure how he
shield or whatever.
obtained his shield, and then later, anyway,
Yeah.
Plot hole.
Best not to ask.
Plot holes.
Just let that one go.
maybe he just
You get a pass.
right
That's where he was like, "Where did you get this?" He's like, "Meh."
trade show.
But yeah, I still think Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be pretty good. I mean, I wasn't bothered that much by the trailer. I've seen a lot of people complain that the trailer seems to not take itself very seriously. Like, it doesn't seem like a serious movie.
That could be a good.
Was Iron Man a very serious movie?
You could,
Yeah, no.
to a certain
spots,
extent,
but
to a certain
no.
extent, the first one was kind of serious.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of had their serious moments.
So did they?
But there was enough Robert Downey Jr. like levity to
Yeah.
kind of keep the movie going.
what it
The only
Yeah.
the serious moments were when he like got kidnapped and all of that
Right,
in
yeah.
the beginning, and they kind of
They played that creepy.
they put
They
that
really did.
creepy because I mean it hits close to home for
Yeah.
I
mean, really, if you think
Our
about it,
times.
like, Captain America wasn't very. Captain America didn't have a whole lot of funny moments outside of. not really.
Well, Chris Evans is not really a humor guy. He doesn't really have that persona.
And then
He tried to.
I don't know,
Fantastic Four.
So I'm excited about this for. Oh man,
Yeah, that was a horrible movie.
The first
forget
one was
that
good.
one.
The second
forget
one.
that one. But I'm excited about this because there's a good portion of sci-fi in this, as opposed to just everything taking place on Earth.
right.
Yes.
This moves beyond superhero to alien.
Yes.
So,
This
Yes.
is
So I am excited just from I kind of get into my sci-fi.
It was like so bad. Fantastic Four so bad we forgot to even mention it. We were like trying to think
Think
of
of
it.
franchises
That's how
and
bad it was.
problems.
We just
Yeah,
were like
it's been so long
totally
ago.
forget about it.
That was
Like,
different people. Different
yeah,
people.
yeah. It didn't happen. It was a Fantastic Four movie.
It's hard to
I hear they're
it's hard to
actually going to make
reconcile-
another one too.
Yeah.
They are making another one.
Yeah,
It's hard to reconcile Human Torch is now Captain America. It's a little
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah,
I couldn't make that. I'm like,
because I think Fantastic Four is Fox also, right?
yeah, I think so.
So
yeah, I
Fox
think so.
crapped on that franchise, and they're going to
It's
try
the same
again.
thing with it's like these guys get typecasted. It happened with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
He was like, "What? Me? Typecast?"
They need to hurry up and bring out a Deadpool movie. That'd be pretty good.
Right?
It actually could be
Ryan
Reynolds, done right.
Like Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds in
What
the
about-
role
with the comedy.
would be
Yeah,
good.
like
He
the
does a
comedy
really
side
good
of
job
Deadpool.
of like
Yeah,
Brian,
serious insult.
So Deadpool versus Green Lantern. Can we?
See, this is why
can't do
DC.
Yeah, DC doesn't have a solid track record on this at all.
No.
You know what it is?
Batman.
Half of
That's
their
all they have.
problem is casting. They just try to reuse these same people for other roles that I don't think they're necessarily made for. Like Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern.
That was a bad
It
idea.
was terrible. He had already played a role. Leave him in that role and put somebody else in it.
It also depends. I think part of it is
Money.
how. Well, no, just
I mean,
the
that's all
original
it is.
writing of the comics. Right. When you look at this, DC's heroes were more. I'm gonna say more fantastic. I'm not trying to make a Fantastic Four pun here, but I'm just saying they were like more imaginative and more out there than Marvel ones. Marvel ones always had
Kinda grounded.
loss, right? And
Yeah.
it took place in modern times,
Yeah.
or could be the future,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and used. They were based in realism a lot. It's really hard to put a gritty sort of you can believe this on Green Lantern,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, DC's shtick was, these were outside of the aliens. These were real people that things were happening to. So it wasn't like, Marvel's side where you were irradiated with gamma rays or bitten by a spider or you were born different as a mutant, all this stuff. It was, oh, you're a rich guy whose parents were killed and so now you're going to fight crime. Oh, you're an alien from another planet.
But see, that's the most believable one.
Yeah, they're believable.
Right, yeah.
They're also like, they're so mundane. They're boring. They're
Ryan
hard to
Tasman
make.
Gordon.
And like the issue with
Single
Green Lantern,
faceted, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The issue with Green Lantern, you've got a ring that can make anything.
You never lose.
Right. How do you ever lose any fight? Superman, outside of kryptonite, which, finds some way to
Which was actually a
get
later.
rid of it.
That was a write-in.
Right. That
thing
was a write-in
for him
because,
anyway. He was
like
too powerful.
heroes, nobody can stop him.
Right.
Right. You're Superman. What's the problem? Fix it all.
Yeah.
Like with the newest one where he, vote Lieberman's Zod.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Like you're Superman. Yeah, you're like first couple people that commit crimes. You're like snap.
Snap them
Who
back.
else wants to commit a crime?
That was the interesting. That's actually my favorite Superman comic. I know this is out there, but it was called Red Sun, and it spun it so that Superman crashed in Russia
Right.
instead of
So he's
US.
helping the Soviets.
And he's a Soviet farmer, and it goes through that whole
that's
progression.
cool.
It was really good, really good.
So he
So
doesn't
he
need
fights
it like a
for-
horse and plow. He just puts his hand and he's like, put seeds in.
Right.
Put
And then this, the Superman emblem instead is just hammer and sickle, and it's just it was pretty good.
Super
Wow.
Soviet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they obviously they win the Cold War because Superman fights for them, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Interesting story. Good flip. It changes everything.
So yeah. So they are remaking Fantastic Four, and that seems unnecessary at all.
Good.
Like I don't.
Same characters then.
No, different, completely different people.
New people. Okay.
I mean, with same characters. Fantastic
Well,
Four,
right.
they can't do a
But-
whole lot with that, but yeah.
They're gonna make Dr. Doom
Okay.
a woman. You know they will.
So, Guardians of the
Just cause.
Nate Bushing in left field.
All right. So
Meg Whitman from HP, the CEO. Yes.
Yeah. No, they will. No, I guarantee they're gonna have some sort of twist thing. They're gonna be like, let's completely
Check out who
revamp
answers. It's
this.
Marissa.
all right. So Chris, Guardian of the Galaxies, are you gonna go see it?
I am going to make every attempt to see it. I have the obvious restrictions of, kids and time and money. But
Right.
I'm
Josh?
in.
I'll
gonna
probably
see
see it. Yeah.
I know I'm gonna see it.
Yep.
All right.
I trust Marvel,
Yeah, I trust.
and I stay after the credits.
You always do in a Marvel movie.
You have
Always.
to.
Yeah. Otherwise, you miss the funnies.
No, because then you don't get to see.
Not always worth it, but
Not always.
You don't get to see
But I
Samuel L.
always stay.
Jackson doing his thing.
You don't get to see
I'm in everything.
Hugh Jackman
Hugh Jackman.
walk into a bar and order a friggin' drink, and that's it. Thanks,
Folks.
Heck,
Stan
what was
Lee.
that? That was which movie was that?
That was not Wolverine.
That was the no. Which one was that? That was the one with X-Men. and
X-Men 3?
No, it was I think it was the third X-Men. Now we're gonna get totally
Yeah.
just
Whatever.
annihilated.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I don't know.
We got time.
Yeah, I know.
So is it?
Wait,
we got time. It's either Wolverine Origins. I think it was Origins because I seem to remember it being after.
No, it's First Class.
And I've not seen First Class, but I've seen the scene.
No,
so
he
it's
does
not First
the
Class.
go fuck yourself.
No,
that was
First
like,
Class.
Like there were
Oh, it's
three or
First
four.
Class.
Like there were 3 or 4 different ones you could see in the theater, and the one we went and saw was like Wolverine in a bar, and that was it. It was.
No, I thought they showed it like after.
They were like, "Gotcha, you got the second
you
one."
You sat through the credits. Screw you.
Wolverine orders a
I
drink.
thought they showed
Imagine
the
that.
future, and they were saying something about how I have to go back to the past. I don't know.
Did they?
Days of
Doc-
Future
Doc
Past.
Brown.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Professor X runs in and he goes like, "Marty, it's your kids.
It's your kids, buddy!
It's your kids, Logan."
And it might be me trying to sell out the hoverboard.
Wow.
Full circle.
I didn't
All right.
see.
Pretty soon, Christopher Lloyd's gonna be on a hover round.
I was gonna say, since we're on that, there was a.
10 minutes of tangents. Let's go.
Yeah,
was
we
a-
got this.
There was an image that I saw that was Wolverine looking at his watch in like the life vest, and it was like Professor X wearing the big head thing with like all the
Cerebro?
The think hard cap.
like
That's
I
right.
think like from Back to the Future think card cap. It was Back to the Days of Future Past. And I was like, that's a good one.
That's T Fury.
It might have been T Fury.
Yeah, it's T
I
Fury
didn't see the
shirt.
TV,
Couple days ago.
Yes, but that was a good one.
That's what I like to call the Professor X helmet, the think hard cap.
Think hard
Looks,
cap.
He's really concentrating when he
Yes.
has that thing on.
Cerebro.
Yes. No, think hard cap. That's
The
hard cap.
think hard cap. He's like, where's my keys?
Now I know where they are.
yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, I guess that about wraps it up.
Do we have any more tangents we want to go on?
I don't think so.
I think
don't
we-
So
We
just
include-
this last weekend.
Oh my god.
Mother of God. All right. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. That's at FAPcast or FAPcast.
Because we've been informed.
Yes. Clearly.
Sources. Yeah, it's FAPcast.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Judge's ruling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good with that.
We're good.
All right, and like videos, obviously follow more of us on YouTube and find all of our content there.
Only on YouTube. Don't be following us in real life. That's creepy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that might
is
be
a little creepy.
A little creepy.
Chris already does that enough.
Right. I got this covered. All right.
You.
You stay off my turf.
Right?
All right, later, guys.
See ya.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my good lord. Yeah, we're going to hell for that one.
All right.
I didn't write it. I just laughed at it.
Jesus Christ.
My dog is vacuuming upstairs, just so you guys know.
I thought it was tea.
ask
I thought it was tea. The kettle was on.
Do you want to go yell at her?
No.
It's not going to make a
It's
difference.
fine.
She'll just continue to do it.
Yeah.
Can we just beat her? Can we lock her in a closet?
No, that'll make that sense.
Yeah.
All right. Come on. Bring us in.
All right, bring us in.
And we're out.